Hey there everybody, I'm coming to talk to you guys about what equity is and what you can do with it. I have a lot of clients asking exactly what equity is and how to use it and how to use it wisely. Equity is essentially what your home is worth minus what you owe on it. So if you don't owe anything on it, you have full equity of the value of your home. Now equity also changes as the market changes. As the market continues to rise, so does the equity in your home, whether you owe something in or not, as long as you're paying off the mortgage. There's a few things that you can do with that equity that do make a lot of sense, and there's some things that don't exactly make a lot of sense. If you are in a home, you kind of have to ask yourself, what exactly do I need in a house, and does this house still suit my needs? I also want to look to see if those needs will still be met in the next 3 to 5 years by staying in the house, or if I should upgrade to a larger home. When you're in your house and you want to take some of the equity out to do some of the repairs or upgrade or update things that are going on in your home, there are certain things that are good for you to do and there are certain things that are not good for you to do. If you're going to stay there for more than 3 to 5 years, then it's fine to do a lot of those things because you're going to get the value out of the refinance over time out of the home. If you're going to do the refinance to do the upgrades in the home, I want to make sure that what you do in the house actually adds value to the home. There's a lot of things that you can do to the house that add zero value to anyone but you. And then there's a lot of things in the home that really do add value. And those are the ones that I try to get my clients to focus on, is to make sure that those are the ones you're doing if you're planning to resell in the next 3 to 5 years. You can still do those remodels at the beginning and sell it right away after a refi, as long as those remodeled points in your house make up for the cost of doing the refi. You can still do the refi right away and use that money to upgrade your house and sell it, as long as the upgrades in your house are larger and provide more value than the cost of doing the refi. Next you want to think about, is the house too small for you? If your house is too small for you, I recommend getting into a larger house sooner than later, because if you have a $200,000 house and a $400,000 house and they both go up 10%, you're going to lose out on $20,000 because the smaller home is only going to raise in value $20,000, where the larger home raises in value $40,000. So that difference of $20,000 is gone for something that you were planning to do anyways. So get into that larger home sooner than later. Now there is a caveat to that. If you're going into something above $600,000, it doesn't appreciate as fast unless, oddly enough, you go into $3 million and above. But then we're in a whole different category and talking about something completely different. Now if your current home is too big and you have more room than you need, or more room that you want to take care of, and you want to downsize, that, if you're wanting to get the most out of your money, I would wait until you have to, or just really don't want to take care of that larger home anymore. Or the last thing is, wait until the market actually starts turning, because you're going to save more money or earn more money in appreciation in a larger home than you will in a smaller one. Just the same reason that we talked to on the smaller home in reverse. Option 1, wait until the time is right for you to really sell, or you really want to sell, as long as the market is still rising. If the market stops rising, then you're going to want to try to get out of that as soon as you can. Best case scenario is you time it just right and you get that crystal ball out and you're like, woo-de-doo. And this is exactly when the time is right to sell, because that's exactly what every realtor has in their closet. They just don't really tell you. The other thing you can do with a home that's too large is you can actually sell it, take that equity, buy your next house, the smaller one, and take the other part of that equity and buy a rental property to help offset some of the payments that you have. Second thing you can do with your larger home is you can sell it. You can take some of that equity and put it into a smaller home that you want, and then you can also take some of that equity and put it into a rental unit. What I would recommend there is getting somebody to manage it so you don't have to. I know a lot of people who are coming from a larger home into a smaller home want less headache, not more headache. Get somebody to manage it so you don't have to. Offload that headache onto somebody else, if at all possible. That way, that rental property helps contribute to paying down what is left on the debt on either home. Doing it that way, you'll be able to rent out the one home and possibly even have it rent out enough to cover the mortgage on both places if you want. I really only recommend doing that if you can do it smart. You would have to put at least 75% down on both properties to really make that a wise investment. If not, you're going to be paying PMI on one because you need to at least 80% down on your primary living, and you have to put 25% down on an investment property anyways. That being said, you need to really make sure that those numbers work out right for you. You can always take your full equity and pay down on your current home and just have a really small payment, or none at all, and go on vacation with what's left. But that's up to you. You got to play these cards right. You got to figure out what's best for you. I love having those conversations with people to figure out exactly what's best for them and making sure that they're making a wise decision for their current life and what they want in the next 5 years. Now, if you're somebody who wants to downsize, upsize, or even subsidize your income with real estate, let's talk.